Welcome back to Bare Bones with Josh and Todd, and we just defeated the Browns Saturday, 34-10, whooping that ass. Um, but with that being said, it's the injuries are plaguing the shit out of us.
Yeah, they're piling up, man. I mean, you're getting to a laundry list of injuries. Now everybody's going down. It's every week. It's like, man, are we gonna lose two players this week? How are we gonna drop down to now? One, two, three. Well, how many?
Yeah, exactly, man. Like when's these injuries need to like my shirt, get tropical and fucking go on vacation. I'm done with the injuries, bro. It's taking it sucks because you want to see these players, like Tyson and stuff. He's got a hamstring now, so it's like we really wanted to see him ball out. But like it's not even just him; it's just them, just everybody. It feels like you can't go, like you said, like a week without having some sort of injury pop up now. I guess Amagaji, like got injured at practice, and so I'm just like, okay, so we're basically looking at like every practice, every other practice, or once a week, there's going to be some kind of injury. I get injuries are a part of it, but this seems like a bit much, man. Like it's just we're getting played up, and you said it last week. You would rather have this crap happen now, and I agree.
Yeah, versus like week 4, week 5, week 6 of the season. You know what I mean? Go through it
Absolutely.
now, get it out the way. But man, it just doesn't seem like a road that just has no ending to it at this point. I mean,
Right,
now,
right.
Todd, now, like you said, Tyson's out. That's really sucks because man, I just felt like for his development, he needs to be out there, and now you're probably gonna have to go with a veteran. You know,
Well,
and
you'll probably yeah,
so
you'll you'll probably be working with
Case
Case
Keenum.
Keenum, and I like who wants to really see that? I mean, like the thing is, I'm on sites just like you are on Facebook and stuff like that, man, and just like the comment section of like who cares about Tyson getting hurt, like he ain't that good and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know what the hell you guys were watching last year because the year before that, the dude won 2 games. Yeah, he lost 2 games, but he's 2-2 in real games, and some of the throws he can make, like I think he could be really damn good. I think that
Yeah,
players are allowed to have a fucking off day. I mean, and he didn't even do that bad in this past game. It just, some of the decision making wasn't quite there, but I think he still. What was his stats like?
uh, he was 13 for 19 for 169 yards with touchdown and a pick, which was not great, but not bad, just mediocre, I'd say.
Yeah, I don't like overall. That's not horrible. The interception, that's kind of bad. He kind of stared the guy down.
He did. That was a bad throw. But
Yeah,
I think even Tyson would tell you that, like, bro, I can't be looking down this way the whole time. Like, I gotta come back to him.
oh, absolutely. Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, some of his decision making was a little off throughout the game, but I think that even he will say, like, I think even in his presser, he said that that's not the way he, wants to. He holds himself to a higher regard than how he played, even though his play wasn't that bad. I mean, 169 yards in the first half. I mean, if you do that in another half, you're at 300 yards. I mean, that's not a bad game.
No,
It's
like
just
you said
unfortunate.
it. Go
What?
ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say that, like, it just sucks because you can't. I mean, I'm sure even for him that he would want to show that he's even better than what he showed on Saturday to come back out against Cincy and show that he can even perform at better than what he did.
Yeah,
Um,
because he's showcasing for a job now eventually. So all these teams are watching every rep he gets, every down he plays. All 32 teams are watching. So
Absolutely, this is like his dress rehearsal
it's
essentially. You
yeah,
know,
like his little showcase. You can call it. This is his
absolutely.
showcase to go out there and just, hey, NFL, this is what I got, and let me know if you need me.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. dude's one hell of a worker. I always wish the best for the dude. I hope I hope the injury is not lingering, and hopefully he can come back in the third preseason game and you know, um, add to what we know he can do.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
um, but so I think he like he said he would tell you it wasn't the greatest. I did notice one thing that I really liked that he did, man, was the hard count that he pulled. And like he got a hard count on him, and he ended up
Oh, you
getting
got those guys off sides?
yeah yeah he got him off sides one time. So I like to see that. Um, Man, there's so much to talk about with this game, though. I mean, um, we'll move on to um, uh, freaking the wide receiver competition here. Me and you talked about last week, man, about all the guys that we wanted to see, and I mean, especially Jade. I literally wanted Jade. Like, I wanted to see Jade a lot. This man didn't get a target.
Johnny
um,
Walker? Yeah, he did
yeah, Jade
not.
Walker, man, didn't get a target, man. Unfortunately. But that's okay. I mean, you got other guys that are stepping into the roles and showing what they can do too. Hopefully, Jade can like get some targets in this week. But let's see here. You got Scotty Miller had 37 yards. Um, Frickin' Maurice Alexander had 42, 3 for 42. Um, and then you have the big one, Caden Davis. Man, he had 4 receptions for 88 yards.
Yeah, that's a guy that had a really good game Saturday.
Yeah, yeah. I'm looking at him again coming up this week because that's awesome, dude. The guy's 27, a little bit older, but that's okay. That doesn't mean you can't start to like peak in your career now, which we would need it because with all the injuries are working on us, we absolutely need the bodies. Um, and then you have who the heck was the last guy I had on here? Um, oh yeah, Ray McLeod. He had 3 for 63, so he also was out there, making
And he
plays as well.
and he had those a couple deep shots too that he caught. One was like over the middle, and there was one down the sideline later
Yeah,
on in the game.
yeah, yeah, um, yeah. So I mean, these guys are stepping up, man. I mean, that's the nice thing about not having your starters out there. Um, and even with some of these injuries, like Xavier Thomas being down, which we really wanted to see him as well. Hopefully, we'll get to see him in the next game because that's another guy I'm really looking to see his speed on display. Um,
Yeah, because
so
I think in the slot, dude, he could be a difference maker, man.
yeah, yeah,
You know?
yeah. So I'm hoping to see him. I'm hoping to see a little more shots at Jade. Our guy Sam Roush had 2 receptions for 15 yards. Want to see him get a little more targets if possible. I know it's
Yeah.
hard to divvy out the ball to so many other weapons and things like that, but you got to see them get a little more targets to make sure they can hang on to the ball and do run after the catch, how they act with contact, and all that stuff. So,
Oh, I mean, overall though, it was a good game for us. I feel like the offense played well. I want to see a little bit more on that defensive line. I don't think they played too well, but I mean,
no, I don't think they played that great either. But speaking of lines not playing that well, honestly, I really don't like the I know it's our backups for our offensive line, man, but like they really didn't play that well as far as pass pro. They did okay, not the greatest because Tyson in the first half was definitely getting under pressured a lot. But as far as like the run blocking goes, that wasn't that great, dude. It really
I
wasn't.
wasn't.
Um, I have it right here, real quick, man. So our passing yardage for the Browns had 206 passing. We had 348. There you go. The passing for us was working, but their rushing was 108. Obviously, our D line can't stop the run with 108 yards. You got to hold them under that for a game, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And we only had 82 rushing yards, which tells me the running game was not working. So, I mean, the most rushing yards we had was by Roshan, which uh, I don't care for him that much, and he had where is it 34 yards. So
Yeah.
um, that's not good. Yeah. So
Yeah, I think Ahmed is gonna take his spot, dude. I don't think Roshan's gonna play here too much longer. Especially if he keeps playing like that. He has another couple good games here. I think Roshan could be out of town.
Yeah, I don't really care for Roshan that much, man. I think the dude's a slug when it comes to hitting holes. I feel like there was holes to be like ran up into, and he just waiting on a fucking bus, just standing there like when he should be just running up in that hole. He just I don't know, very either he's indecisive or he's just not fast enough to get up in the gaps
He
when they're
looks
there.
he looks almost nervous, like he's afraid. Like, oh no, what do I do? Do I hit this hole or do I go bounce it outside? Just make a decision and go.
Yeah, man.
You
Yeah,
know,
exactly. Yeah, yeah, something's with him. I never really cared for him. I know Pauls was saying he's going to be a pillar piece and all this crap that he was spewing about that dude. And I I have a feeling they're going to keep trying to hang on to him, hoping that this man, becomes something that he's just not. He's just not that guy. And I don't even know if he's a third, man. He really, you could get rookies in there. I mean, Britton Brown, I think, is better than him. We saw Ahmed freaking, what he could do when he gets the ball in his hands. I mean, had an excellent screenplay. So
yeah.
I just, uh, I just think that he's replaceable, and I just, hanging on to guys. You're gonna see, to me, I think you're gonna see a lot of guys getting out of here that were, um, you know, I guess pulls guys prior to Ben, and Ben's gonna start loading in stuff. And maybe part of that was Eberflus too, picking up guys that and so Dennis Allen's going to want his to revamp it with his guys as well,
I feel like
both ways.
I feel like Roshan's here because Poles doesn't want to admit that he fucked up and shouldn't have took Roshan, but he did anyway. And he's trying to make it work. Well, he can't make it work because he's not that good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you just got to face the facts of when you're not that
I
good. I
mean,
mean,
just
even
face the fact that cut your bait and move on, dude.
yeah, you can't hang on. You can't hang on to people too long because that's when you get in trouble. You know what I mean? You get yourself stuck in a rut of being with players that aren't that good. I mean, you got rid of Travis Homer, realizing that guy just wasn't it.
Yeah.
I think Roshan should be on the next
Mhm.
chopping block there as far as running backs go. He just
But
isn't the dude.
I don't know what it is with Poles, but he really likes to hang on to running backs longer than he should. So far, anyways, it seems like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I know Roshan got hurt, so maybe you're right with something along those lines of like maybe he's just a little nervous because you could tell with that space helmet on that he's he's scared to get hit.
Face helmet, that's fucking great, dude.
Guy's got a fucking space helmet on, space suit helmet, fucking running around, fucking big old bobblehead move,
Well,
fucking.
the way he freaking ran Saturday night, dude, it was like he was in space, had no air, he couldn't breathe, he couldn't move.
Hell yeah, man! Just slow motion with it and shit, dude.
Just slow
Uh,
motion. It's like, dude,
um,
let's go. Light the fire underneath him.
Oh yeah, man. Yeah, you got to get moving, especially man. Like if you have this opportunity right now with sucks because I mean, obviously Swift's just sitting out, but then you got Monangai is obviously injured. So now's your opportunity to like show that like you could be that true third that they need. You know what I mean? Like because when
Yeah.
people go down, God forbid anybody else, you got Swift and Monangai. If anything more happens to those guys, you know what I mean? Like um, you got to show that, like, bro, you can put me in there and I'm going to help us win games. So I don't think if you put him out there, we're going to get helped by him being out there. I
He
just don't.
doesn't even, I feel like he don't even give us a spark. He's a non-factor. He doesn't really help us that much.
No, no.
That's why I'm saying he needs to be out of town. What does he
Yeah,
benefit by staying around here if he's not going to get used?
right, right. Yeah, um, yeah, I agree
Uh-huh.
with that, man. Um,
Mm.
but let's move on to the D line, like you were talking about, man. Look, I don't know
Not
who
good
listens to
enough.
this. I don't know who listens to this or not, but again, I'm gonna beat the fucking drum of the fucking zero pass rush, dude. I don't know
Yeah.
if they're fucking relying on like the fucking fact that like Me and you want Austin Booker to be good, obviously, okay, but as a fucking as a team, we see it already, just like with what's happening with our team now. All these injuries, man. Like, are you banking on Deo coming back and just dominating? Fuck no, dude. Are you banking on Austin Booker? I hope so. I'm not saying nothing bad about the guy. I'm just simply saying he could get hurt, you know. And what are you left with? You're left with fucking trash bags, bro. Like, I liked Vandenberg. I mean, I thought he had some great push up the middle. I think he showed a lot of instinct because there was a screenplay. He got off his block and he pushed the guy away and then realized the running back was leaking out and he followed the running back. So I like to see that from a rookie. But let me see. What are your thoughts?
I think that defensive line just has to be better. It's just not good enough. I mean, Vandenberg played good, but man, you can't count on him to be a game changer. You need someone in there that's gonna be a game changer. Every down, he's gonna be back there at some point, sometime. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And we just don't have that. I feel like, but I don't know if they're gonna. Impulse gonna circle back around to Max Crosby. Maybe that's why he only took Vandenberg in the 6th round and said, you know what, we're gonna get Max Crosby. So let's not make a pick investment because we're just gonna go get somebody anyways.
right.
I don't know, dude. I don't know what his plan is.
I know. We talked about Vita Vea being out there. Of course, he got signed to a 1 year extension with the Bucks. So
It
that'll
just
be
pisses me off. It's a 1 year deal, and we can't do that. Like, what are we doing, man?
well. We can do 1 year deals here. Let me tell you your fucking 1 year deal real quick here. You got fucking Mr. Marcus Davenport for a 1 year deal. He's 29 years old. He has the 1 year deal is for 1.3 million. Okay, and he's had 3.5 sacks in 3 years, and in those 3 years, he's only played 14 games in 3 seasons. 14 games in 3 years, and this is the guy you signed. Instead of, how about we? Why wouldn't we go after Mr. fucking Von Miller instead? Where is the urgency to play within your rookie quarterback's contract? Where the fuck is this? I don't see it at all.
Yeah,
What are they
right,
doing?
right. The years are running out, man.
You
We're gonna
got
have
you,
to pay him.
yes, and for a 1 year contract for Von Miller, it was $5.5 million. I get it, he's 37, but he has 15 sacks in that same span. 3.5 versus 15. What would you rather have?
Yeah,
It angers me,
exactly.
actually. It's very annoying once you start hearing about what goes on around you, and maybe Von doesn't want to play in the cold. I get that, but at some point, the guy, I don't um, I don't fucking remember who the fuck he signed with, but regardless, at some point, one of these teams are going to have to play in the cold. It's just what's going to happen.
Well, he was
Um,
from Denver. He should be used to the fucking. I know he's older now, but dude, he was played up in Buffalo. He played up in fucking Denver, dude. Both of those places are cold
Oh yeah,
places.
yeah, yeah. Sorry, he signed with Dallas, so that's probably accurate. Didn't want to play in the cold. That's probably pretty accurate. But nonetheless, man, you could have gave him a little bit more and said, "Hey, man, deal with the cold. We'll give you fucking I don't know, a million more, or even more, some more incentives. You know what I mean? Bring his total up to 8 million or some shit with incentives or some shit. You
Yeah,
know,
well,
I just think that like for a guy that's showing dominance to a guy that hasn't even played, I just don't know where this team's defensive mindset is.
I don't get it, man. I don't know what. There's got to be a move coming. That's the only thing that tells me that there has to be more coming to that. But the question is when. I mean,
Yeah.
we're already in almost week 2 of training camp already, or
Well,
preseason.
preseason, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, preseason. I mean, I'm sorry. But anyway, dude, I don't know. But at some
Um,
point, you got to fix it, dude, because this is what's going to hold us back from getting to where we want to go, and it's going to the Super Bowl, dude. This defensive line is going to be the reason why we don't get there if they don't fix this.
I mean, you always on rookie contracts, dude. This is when for QBs, QBs are going to garner the most money after their after their rookie contract. So like, you know, this should have been the move to start stacking the chips in. I realize like a lot of people were like, well, you want to build through the draft, and you still can. You still can. I don't see why giving up 2 first rounds to go try and get Max from them would be killing your fucking team. It's not. It's not. The guy's 29 and he's a dominant fucking force, dude. This is when you make these moves while your rookie's on a low contract because he's going to be making what $50 million of $60 million a year for 7 years, and that does hurt your cap, you know. So the move needs to be made now. I still would go after Max. I think you should. I would give up the two first, dude. In your hopes is that this team will be, you know, in the playoffs and be at like, you know, out of 32 teams, you're the top. You're on the top end of that. You know what I mean? You're pick fucking 27 through 32 at the end of the first round. Who gives a fuck if you give that up? Really?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
what are we talking about here, guys? Like,
yeah.
it's really not that big of a deal. You know, I don't know. Yes, you're going to miss out some talent, but you've got one of the most dominant forces on the end, you know, in the league right now.
I
And
mean,
I just
dude,
think, go ahead.
just look at the Rams. I mean, they did it. And look what they got over there on their defensive line. It's fucking loaded.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
You know, and the thing is like you may go out there and be like, well, we've already got Austin. We're looking for him to make a step, and we're looking for Deo, and we got Sweat. My thing is like if you look at the fucking Eagles or you look at any dominant defense, they have a rotation of guys for the most part. That like, yeah, okay, we have a good defensive end, but we're bringing in another defensive end. It doesn't fucking matter. The Rams are trying to pull in Aaron Donald. Why? Because just Miles Garrett to them isn't good enough. Let's fucking make a dominant force. Let's fucking get after it, you know.
Yeah, they
And
want to
with
put a 1-2 punch together.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So why not do the same thing? Go grab Max. Now you got Sweat on the other side. Hopefully Vandenberg can step up and in the middle there. We saw what Javon Dexter is, and he's, you know, the pile that we thought he was.
Yeah, he's in a contract there. He's another one that if he doesn't perform in these next few weeks here, I don't know, man. I know they're not going to replace him now because it's too late, but after the season, he's another one. If he doesn't perform in the regular season, he's gone, dude.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. And the thing is like, I think that if you don't start to make moves like the Max Crosby move, in my opinion, I think that you're hurting yourself by trying to feel like you are going to draft an edge, which I think you still should. Don't get me wrong there. I think you should still draft an edge even after you go after Max. You don't stop trying to make it to where this defense is a dominant force because your offense is going to be, you know, top five most likely with Ben under the helm. I don't doubt that one bit. That he will make that so. But your defense is what you need to like lean on as well. You can't just expect, you know, Caleb in that offense to score, you know, 45 fucking points when your defense is allowing 45 points. You can't. That's not going to work.
No.
I know we did well last year. We got one of the teams with the most takeaways and stuff like that. But it's like I just don't replicating that. You don't bank on replicating something, especially when you've gotten rid of a lot of the players like Bayard who had a lot of picks and things like that. And you know. You got a rookie safety back there. You got another rookie corner. You got Kyler Gordon, who's fucking getting hurt playing video games.
Uh, it's the truth, though. It's funny, but it's the fucking truth. I mean,
Yeah.
the
So
guy turns on the light in his closet, he fucking breaks a nail, and he's out for 3 weeks. You know, I don't get it.
absolutely, dude. So you
Fuck.
know, I'm always going to be a fan of bringing in these guys, even if it's going to cost us. I mean, we made a move for Khalil Mack that same year. We made the playoffs, dude, and damn near fucking we were a kick away from moving on. You know.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
so I just think that pass rush is something that needs to be. You got to push for that, man. You have to. I just think that like with where Caleb is right now, and this offense is like starting to be on the cusp of explosion. I just think that you need to push that defense in a way that like gives the ball back to your offense.
Yeah, with short fields, so you don't have to
Right.
go fucking 80, 70 yards all the time.
Yeah. Yeah. The more possessions you can get on offense, the more it is that you can win. Instead of winning in the fourth quarter, now you've gotten two or three more possessions than you would have on a normal basis without having a good pass rush. I don't care that Dennis Allen wants his shit ran through his linebackers and his corners and safeties. I just, I think it would just benefit him more to have a guy that's getting after the quarterback, snap in and snap out, dude. Just,
Yeah, yeah.
um,
I mean, we talked about it weeks prior that dude, that's your number one best friend to a quarterback is the one that gets the other quarterback on the ground because then
yeah,
you got more chances to get the ball back, dude.
yeah, man, yeah.
And that could be the difference between a close win and a blowout win. Let's say they score on all three of those possessions. Well, now you're up 21 versus being tied 21. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Yep. Yep. Yeah. And in those final minutes, like even like when, Jordan Love had the ball last there, and he had all that time. It's like, well, with a dominant pass rusher, I don't see him having that much time, dude. I just don't. I think that you're hurting yourself by not trying to go after him. And I don't know if the Raiders would really be wanting to give him up right now, especially with like Mendoza looking halfway decent in his debut. I know there's a lot on their books though, so it may help them clear that up. But again, he's on a rookie contract too, so it's like, what do you do there? I got a question for you now. I just thought of like, would you be willing to give up like a first and a second and give up Sweat?
What, to go get Crosby?
Yeah.
No, because well, you're kind of adding, you're adding and subtracting at the same
Well,
time.
that's why it's a hard question.
Is why you're adding more than what you're taking away. That's the ultimate question. That's what it comes down to.
Well, I didn't say two first. I said a first, a second, and
No,
Sweat.
no,
Maybe let's
no,
go. Let's go first and
no,
third.
no. Fuck the picks. The picks don't matter here. What matters is Montez Sweat on the other side because you need someone on the other side to help out Max now because Max is going to be the only guy on that line that anybody is even remotely worried about. You know what I mean?
Okay, I'm going to say that I am not Jim Miller on the broadcast saying that Sweat had 10 sacks throughout every year of his career. That's not the case with Sweat. Sweat's had two
No.
plus 10 sack seasons in 7 years. I think Max dominates over that by far, and it's not really even close.
Yeah. I mean,
They're the same age, I believe. I think Sweat might be a year younger, but dominance wise, it's really not close, Josh.
I put Max. He's in the superstar tier, and Montez, he's just in like the middle
Star.
shelf.
He's a star.
Okay, he's
He's a star.
average, a
Yeah.
star to average, I would
Y-
say. But Max is a bona fide elite superstar, in my
We're,
opinion.
yeah. No, I agree. Yeah.
You know. So
That he's in the category, not the same tier, because Miles Garrett's like he's up there. He's like Aaron Donald style, but like he's up there. Max is up there. He's just one of those elite guys, like where Von Miller was. You know what I mean? Like those guys, you need those guys, man. Let's move off of that, man, and let's dive into our linebackers a little bit here. I really like the way that they filled their gaps, man, on the runs. And I get like obviously they had 106 or whatever it was rushing yards for the game the Browns did. But in the first half, man, I felt our linebackers crashing down on the line of scrimmage. They were filling their holes, and runs weren't really popping off. It's just that the Browns really passing game was ass, so they had to
yeah,
run the ball.
yeah, pretty much.
the,
I felt
the,
like DeMarco Jackson missed on a fucking horrible tackle. I think he
yeah,
took the wrong angle and he just did not come in right and he just completely missed what led to like a 30-yard gain. It was a run play.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, I would say that was one of the bad things I saw as well. We
About
both
Ruben Hippolyte getting in the backfield on one of those plays. Did you happen to catch that?
Yeah, I caught that. I thought Ruben played okay. Again, he's another one that you're really looking to like make a step up there. Um, uh, I think that like there's a lot of speed out there, man. I felt like they were moving really well at the linebacker position. we really didn't get killed deep except for the one deep shot. Again, I think that was like, you know, and Shador didn't have that many yards. I didn't write his stuff down, but like it was very low. I think it was 79 yards, but he had a deep shot for like 30 or 40 yards. But he backed up probably, shoot, 15 yards. So, I mean, had he not backed up as far as he did, he probably would have been sacked. So I think that was just a blown play. It happens sometimes, you know. I think that was Woods actually is the
Woods
one that
was
went
back
over there.
there.
Yeah, went back there and tackled him before the touchdown. So I think we did a good job on 4th and 1, stopping them, getting the
That was
turnover
a
on down.
great play. Was that by a Dingbo that made that tackle, correct? On
Yeah,
that
I
fourth and
think
one?
so. Yeah, I think so. They,
And he like pulled him backwards, which was awesome to see.
yeah, 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 dude. I like our linebacking core a lot. To be honest with you, I don't see a big issue there at all. Our safeties did okay. They didn't really allow any crazy. I mean, there was some decent plays here and there that were being made, obviously, but I don't think that it was anything to be like, holy God, they're fucking, what are they doing? Like I said,
Yeah.
except for that one deep shot throw, but that was, like I said, Shador probably would have been sacked had he not moved back 15 yards or whatever it was. He moved back really far to throw that ball. Even I think,
Safeties,
go,
safeties were okay. They were serviceable. They weren't bad. But
no,
I'm happy with the way they played because, dude, I thought for sure teams were just gonna go after safeties because they know that they're inexperienced, and they
I
don't have a
thought,
lot of time. So
yeah, I thought Thieneman played pretty well. He's in on some tackles. So again, I don't think
there
anybody
was
got really.
one, there was one play by Thieneman where he absolutely took the wrong angle, but he still made the tackle. But man, he's got to get his ankles down.
Yeah, I think
I
he's.
was watching some tape on him. I watched the all 22 on all of his plays that he was in, and there was at least 2 or 3 plays that I saw where his ankle was horrible, dude. But his speed made up for it.
Yeah, I think that's
So,
going to happen a lot with him throughout the season. Is that he's going to get caught in with his head in the backfield, so to speak, and that's going to get him in trouble a little bit, I think.
yeah, but
But
you know what's nice about him, Todd? He has that speed, which he can recover with that speed. He uses that speed to get back into play.
Absolutely, and I think that's just a development thing, and that's why we said that we needed it to have a an actual pro, not a project, back there with him, mentoring him
Hmm.
to learn his keys, to know like, hey, you need to, instead of doing that, you should have did this type of thing, correcting him. You know what I mean? Like when he does do
Yeah.
something like that, where it's a wrong angle, and sometimes angles are hard to fix, so hopefully that's not something that lingers and he starts to work on that and gets because there's going to be faster guys and there's going to be slower guys. So the faster guys, he's got to learn when, like, where those angles actually are and stuff like that. So
Hmm. Yeah. But I was happy the way they played overall.
yeah, me too, man. The linebackers and the safeties, the corners, I thought were okay. I don't think I seen anything special except for you got Bishop with the 2 picks. I'm really happy to see him. I hope he I hope he comes back and shows up again this week. He had a couple passes defended and had the 2 interceptions, of course. But the interceptions were kind of floaters. They kind of went right to him. But sometimes it's better to be in position, be lucky and be where you are than to not, obviously,
Yeah.
because they kind of went right
Yeah.
to the guy, went right to him. So
And I think Bishop's gonna get maybe a role on this team because Tyreek Stevenson is nowhere to be found. So I don't know what the deal is there, but I know it's not good for Mr. Tyreek Stevenson. So
well, yeah, even
Bishop,
with
Bishop could step into his role. I mean, who knows?
well, maybe not even his role. Maybe it'll be Kyler Gordon's role. And so when Kyler Gordon gets healthy, it's like, bro, we already got our guy. You're sitting. You know
Hmm.
what I mean? You wanted to play games, like literally.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I mean?
You
Like,
really want to play games? Now this is what you get, man.
yeah, yeah, man. That's what it is. You'll get your spot will be taken. This is this Ross. This coach does not put up with the bullshit. Um,
which I fucking love. I keep saying it. I think I say it every week. I love that, dude. That you just no bullshit. That's exactly what we need.
yeah, man. We've been wanting. He's very Dicka esque. Um, you know, except for a little less of the asshole that Dicka was. At least we don't know
Yeah,
that though. We don't know that. I don't know. We hear stuff. Um, but I think even on game day, Dicka was a very he was a screamer. I haven't really seen Ben get into his bag like that too as much as Dicka was.
yeah,
So, um, but I love Ben. I think this team is going to change drastically. Even in the next 2 years from now, it's going to look different than it did this year or last year. Even every year I feel like it's going to look a little bit different just because you've got a coach that's a complete fucking psycho.
yeah. In a good way though. He knows how to get the most out of players, and he knows how to motivate you and get you going.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, as far as everything else, what else you got? What else you want to
Well,
get into?
well, we were talking about Ben Johnson, so how about how do you feel about him coming out and saying in the second half giving the plays over to Randall L?
Actually, dude, I thought it was cool because Antoine Randall actually outcalled Ben Johnson in that second half. If Ben Johnson's first half didn't go so well, didn't go so smooth. It was awfully bumpy,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
Randall got things moving in that second half. So yeah, I like it. I think Antoine Randall is going to be a coach in this league eventually. So I think he's just Johnson's just grooving him to get him ready for that position whenever that chance arises for him. So
yeah. No, I agree. Like some of the crap I see. Obviously there's people out there that don't know what the hell they're talking about, but they were like, oh, you're but
mhm.
you're why would you tell people that you had him call the game and he did really well, so now people are going to want to poach him and things like that? Motherfucker, when you're good, guess what fucking happens to good teams? It
Yeah,
happens all the time.
yep,
Period. It does not matter. We did good last year. Where's fucking Declan Doyle? The guy that didn't call plays at all. He's with the fucking Ravens as their OC. Don't
yep.
give me that, bro. It happens.
I mean, that's what all the good teams do. They all get trimmed down, and then you basically got to rebuild it. The
Yeah.
Lions just, the Lions just went through the same thing when Ben Johnson left to go here, to come here to Chicago, dude. So
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Lions did well, and then so Ben was able to move. So that's what happens.
yeah,
Um, he called a good game. I don't think that I, I I can't say anything bad about it, man. The second half was awesome. It does matter that you had a veteran QB out there in Case Keenum, though. So that helps going against backups with a guy that's been around the league. So
yeah,
can Rendell call it with? I'd like to see him call a game with Tyson. I'd like to see him call the first half instead. Um, you know, I'd like to see that, like with more starters on the field, and see if he can actually call a game with more better prospects. You know what I mean?
yeah. More
Better,
talent on the field.
yeah, better talent on the field, and see if he can call a good game then. And maybe even down the road, maybe it'll be like he tosses them in there here and there through games. Maybe if we're ahead by, 3 touchdowns, he's like, hey man, start calling the game. See what you can do.
Yeah, yeah,
Add on the point. Let's see if we can add on the points.
yeah,
Which is great, cool. Um, I don't have anything bad to say about a guy that's if anything, that helps Ben, in my opinion, because then Ben can get in his head and ask him why he called this play or that play.
yeah. They can kind of go back and forth about, bounce ideas off each other, all that stuff. But I don't know, man. I'm about to see.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Um, Give me 1 second here.
yeah, but I don't. But to see what they do this week, I mean, Saturday's gonna be a big game for us. game number 2, so everybody's got to show out again, man. It's
Yeah,
not a foregone conclusion. It's still people got work to do still. So
yeah. There's a whole lot still left to do. There's a lot left on the table that I mean, some of the guys that we wanted to see, obviously, we didn't get to see. We wanted to see Jade. Um, we wanted to see we wanted to see Jade. We wanted to see Xavier, which I think he was injured, so that's not a thing. We want to see Tyson. Tyson's not probably going to be out there, so obviously now Caden Davis, he showed out and showed up, so I want to see more of him if possible. I would even like to see. I don't know if they're going to put him out there or not, but Cleve Raymond, I'd like to see out there if it's possible. But I know he's a little older, so maybe they won't put him out there.
yeah,
I'd like to see. I don't know the dude's first name, but Ahmed, the running back. I'd like to see him start over Roshan and see what he can do against the first team defense. If the Bengals, in fact, are going to put their first team out there, which I think they will. So I'd like to see that.
yeah. I want to see. I definitely want to see that. And I want to see that. Like you said, I want to see Ahmed. He was good, and I just want to see more of that defensive line. Hopefully, making progress.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
as a whole, I'm not looking at one player per se. I'm just looking at the whole unit as a whole. So
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah, I'm not looking at well, I am looking at one specific person. Well, a couple. There's a couple that I've definitely keyed in on. I definitely want to see Vandenberg. I was watching him quite a bit in the last game, and you know, I want to see him take a step forward. You know what I mean? Um, he did. I think he did pretty solid in his first game. I need to see a lot more from Austin Booker. I mean, if we're being honest, you're playing against. I think they were their starters maybe, but like even so, dude, you gotta see more from him in a Dangbo. I mean,
yeah,
to not
you
even get it.
do.
What?
Yeah, you do. I agree with you.
Yeah, yeah. I think you need to. There needs to be a lot more pressure on the QBs. To be honest with you, in that Browns game, man, I mean, there was some pressure. I'm not going to say there wasn't absolute zero pressure. I'll say this that those QBs over there for the Browns absolutely are terrible. They just are.
I mean,
Um,
the Browns are basically where the Bears were like what 3 4 years ago,
well, I
where
think
we
it's even
didn't
worse
have
than I think it's a little worse than that,
it's.
dude. They've got like four quarterbacks and none of them are any good. I mean, for us, it was
Mm,
like, well, we had like two bad quarterbacks, and we're just going to play with one of them. They have like three or four that they're just like, oh, we don't have any idea which bad quarterback we want to go with.
and the whole organization is just a mess as a whole.
Yeah, yeah, and I don't blame them. I'm happy for Miles Garrett to be moved, and that helps them set up themselves to start
Yeah,
restarting
but not
again.
to the Rams though, man. They got a fucking powerhouse over there, my guy.
Oh, dude, yeah, if Aaron Donald actually does come back, man, that. I don't care what anybody says. If Aaron Donald comes back, he's playing against like next to Miles Garrett, dude. That's a fucking issue, and we talked about it a little bit, and we both have faith that Ben would just probably run 13 personnel at him the whole fucking game, which that would neutralize him quite a bit. But God, those two are scary as fuck. As a Hall of Fame D tackle with basically a Hall of Fame D end, that's putting a lot of pressure on your fucking offense, dude.
That's a lot of talent in basically one spot. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah,
You got two Hall of Famers there that will be Hall of Famers one day. So yeah,
yeah.
that's a lot of talent up there.
Yeah, man. Yeah, looking forward to seeing like we said last week. I'm looking for the wide receivers to step up. I really want to see Sam Roush get more targets. He had two, but I'd like to see that number jump up to maybe five. You know, just be a little bit more involved. I didn't really pay attention to him blocking, to be very honest with you. Um, so I'm
I
not
want to
sure.
see more of his routes. I didn't get to really see him run too many routes.
No, that's what I'm saying. He had two catches for 15 yards. I'm saying like I'd like to see that jump up to five targets. I need to see a little bit more from him. Of him, I should say, not from him, because
I just
you know,
I just hope his reps go up. I want to see him out there more. Even
right.
if he's not getting catches, I just want to see him out there.
Yeah, that's another person on offense that I'd be paying attention to as well more this week coming up. Because it's hard to start paying, like, especially during a game. It's really hard to get your eyes off of like off the football. I mean, it's being hyped, getting to the QB. Now you're looking at the QB. It's either getting a run play, then you're looking at the run, the running back instead of looking at the holes that are developing. It's hard to get your mind off of like the key players. The ball's being thrown. You're looking at the ball going over there. Well, how did the offensive line look during that play? You know what I mean? Was he under pressure or wasn't he? That kind of thing. So it's um, was like I said with Roush. Was Roush in there blocking? I don't know. You know,
Yeah.
it's hard to start. I'm trying to get myself to start to actually pay attention to the stuff that's happening. That's outside of watching the football itself.
Yeah.
Where the football's going, I should say.
You almost gotta go back and watch the game twice.
Right.
One
Yeah.
once to watch the game to see what happens, and then watch it again just to go through and say, okay, I want to watch Austin Booker. I want to watch Roush or whoever.
Right.
You
Right.
know?
Speaking of, man, what would be cool is like a way of like, well, I don't know if that'd be hard to do. It would be cool if they had some way of you being able to like, maybe they could put like a chip in their helmet, and then you could just go back and click on him, right, and it'll show you all of his plays that he's in. It shows you all of his reps.
Well, that's funny that you say that because on the All 22, they have that. Like, I can go through and watch all of just Tyson Bagent throws, you know?
Oh, really?
And yeah,
See,
they have that on the All 22. Or you can go back and watch just Tiedeman's reps. You can go back and watch all of them. You can go back and watch all of Vandenberg. You can watch anybody you want, dude.
oh, see, I didn't know that, dude. So that's
Yeah,
cool.
dude,
I
it's
need to,
fucking sick.
man. I may have to buy
It's worth it,
get
dude.
this
It's
subscription
really
for that.
worth it. Yeah, it's cool, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, it sounds fucking cool. That's something I'm interested in because that'll really help you, you know, instead of listening to some of these clowns on the fucking in the comments and writing shit on Facebook or wherever, X or whatever the fuck. You got a bunch of people that don't know what the fuck they're talking about, um, saying who gives a fuck about Tyson and all this shit. It's like you're a fucking idiot. You're an idiot. It's plain and simple, dude.
I mean, the one throw that Tyson made over the middle to well, I forget who it was there, 80. I think it was 83 over the middle, and that was actually a good ball. But some of the balls were just we talked about it, they were just wild weak and they weren't coming out real sharp. I felt
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I think that
but
like we both talked about this, man. That like it's been a year since the dude played. I mean, Caleb was healthy all year. All he had was practice reps. As far as
yeah,
Tyson goes. So I mean, that only gets you so far. Once you get into a game, the atmosphere is different. Even when you have a live scrimmage at practice, it's still practice. That you know what I mean? Like, I don't think that these guys in practice, even in scrimmage mode, are going 1,000 miles an hour like they are in a game. Even preseason games, I think people are trying harder because everybody's trying to win a job, and when you're in a preseason game, that's televised. Practices aren't televised. So do you think these guys are going 8,000 miles an hour? No, they're not. I mean, yes, they're probably trying. I'm not saying they're not trying. I'm saying that in preseason games, I feel like the intensity ramps up definitely more than a practice does.
yeah, well, yeah, because if you don't make the roster, you got to put good tape out there so other teams know what they have in you and they can pick you up and stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, they can see all the tape that we can see.
Well, you were definitely closer on score than I was this past week. That's for sure. I
I
think I said
was.
26-17 or some shit like that, and you were like in the 30s. I don't remember what you said for them. I know you said what 34 for us. I think you were right on the fucking money.
Yeah, I called it, my guy. I called it.
So
I'll
I
put
just
that
don't
one in
remember.
the cap.
I have to look back at the video and see what you said for what the Browns were going to score. I think you might have said 20 something, 21 maybe, something like that. 24 maybe sounds right.
Yeah, I thought it was gonna be a little bit closer. I didn't think the defensive line was just gonna fucking basically almost dominate on the
I,
scoreboard.
well, again, I don't know if because dominating. I don't know if it was too much dominating on the D line, our D line's part compared to it was just that poor quarterback play, and there was definitely some drops by the wide receivers of the Browns as well. So we'll see. what happens this week coming up. Again, there's a lot to look forward still to. Unfortunately, we won't be able to see Tyson play, and most likely in my opinion, it'll probably be Case Keenum starting the first half,
It
and then
is.
it is.
It is going to be Keenum. I heard today that it will be Keenum. So you're
Okay,
probably going
so
to have Keenum for a half, if I were to guess. And then you would have Moss for the second
yeah,
half.
yeah, Miller Moss for the second half.
Miller
Yeah.
Moss for the second
Well,
half.
I would like to see more of Miller Moss. I mean, he only had that fourth quarter. Even his I didn't look up his stats or anything, but he seemed kind of a little bit rocky. But he's also a rookie, so I can't expect too much from him either.
Yeah, he's just getting his feet wet. So
Yeah, yeah. I kind of like the idea of having Case in there because he did really well in that third quarter. He scored a lot of points. And have him start for a full half. Maybe we can get some more looks for the guys that we're looking for, like Jade. Maybe the ball will be passed around a little bit more instead of starting Miller Moss. At least like with Case, there's like he can get the ball to people.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
and I like to see it too because you wanted to see Tyson out there and stuff like that, but like at some point, I'm hoping that Tyson gets an opportunity somewhere else. Hopefully to start, but we obviously don't know. But I mean, if you get offered something, you get offered something, and obviously I would take it. To have Case here and hopefully you see what he can give you. Maybe he's just going to be your number two from moving forward, and he just takes the vet minimum or whatever that is. So it's not
yeah.
costing you a ton to have him on your roster either. Of
Right.
course, you still want to develop these rookies behind Caleb, because obviously we're talking down the road here. Hopefully, Caleb has a 15-year career, but after that, of course, you're still going to need backups behind that as well. Continuing backup, like building backups.
Yeah,
Um,
just for like an insurance policy, just in case.
yeah, yeah,
You know.
yeah. So, um, let's go ahead and talk about the um, what do you think what the score is going to be this week then?
Well, since I was almost right on the head, let me go ahead and do it again for y'all. This week I think I'm gonna go a little bit lower this week. I think because quarterback's gonna be a little bit weaker. I feel so. I go 20, 24, 17 Bears, but who knows? It's fucking preseason, so it doesn't matter. But
Okay. Let's go with honestly, it depends on if I feel like if Burrow is playing, which he got hit pretty good last week. Uh, man, I feel like I want to say like 30, 30
don't
21.
forget, don't forget though, if the joint practices with the Bengals go bad, Caleb Williams and the starters will be out there. Ben Johnson did say that today, so don't don't completely think that that's off the table because I don't think it is.
Um, nah, dude, I don't. Caleb's not playing. I doubt it.
I,
With the way that he's been saying, like the practices have gone with Caleb, I feel like Caleb's on track to just probably not. I prefer him to play, but I don't think I don't think he plays this preseason. I hope he plays next week, not this Saturday, but following against the Titans. I hope he plays that for at least a drive or two, just
mm,
simply to get his feet in there. Obviously you don't want something happening, but you can't avoid contact, dude. You've got to let things happen. So, with that being said, like I said, I think I'm going to go ahead and go 30. Even with Caleb playing, if he wasn't or is or isn't, I'm going to go 30 to 21. Do I think they're going to score 21? Not really, but I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I went a little low last week, but I think the Bengals are a little better on offense. If the starters are playing, I can see them scoring at least two times against our defense. I don't trust our D-line. Again, we talked about it. So,
yeah.
but I think that's about it. I think we're going to wrap up here and catch me and Scott on the wrap-up on Sunday night. And and catch us again next week, and we'll be breaking down the Cincinnati game and looking forward to the Titans game. And like, subscribe, get on
Share,
the Facebook.
share it out. Get us out there, man. This is good shit you guys are getting. So get us out there, man.
Oh yeah,
Please,
yeah,
just
yeah.
get us
Share
out
this, man.
there.
I
Share
mean,
this. Blow it up, dude.
yeah. Just, and I'm thinking, no, you don't even have to really watch it. Just stick it in your pocket and listen to it. I just think the facts that we're bringing up are great points in both shows. I feel like are very good. Our last show with me and Scott, I felt was fantastic. So go watch the ones prior to this one. I'm gonna repeat that like probably down the road here, but I think that I think some of this information is, if you agree with it, great. If you don't, then leave a comment. We can argue about it, but
Yeah.
and not even argue about it,
But
just debate. We can talk about it. Nothing has to be serious. Like it's not that serious,
it's
but
not like we're dead. It's not like, oh, if we don't get this right, we're all gonna die. No, it's not like we're just having a little football debate. It's all it is.
yeah, yeah, it's all fun, bro. Um again, we'll see you guys next week. Again, like, subscribe, share the video, get us out there. Get on that Facebook page, subscribe to that or whatnot.
That's
And
bare knuckle sports, right, Todd?
Yep, Bare Knuckle Sports. And yeah, we will catch you guys next week. Bear down.
Bear down, go Bears.